It's time for another story about a narcissistic mommy blogger. When I first saw videos of this TikToker and heard the rumors swirling around her, I assumed there was no way it could be true because the rumors were so sick and so twisted. But then I remembered the likes of Ruby Franke, the now imprisoned YouTube mommy vlogger, or Dee Dee Blanchard, the infamous mother of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And their stories reminded me of mothers who really are just that evil. Evil enough, perhaps, to allegedly poison their baby and document the entire process to their 1 million TikTok followers. And for a while, no one knew a thing. Social media can be a very scary place. This particular Australian mommy vlogger predominantly documented her life and the lives of her children on TikTok. Here's an example of the type of content that she posted. I pulled this one in particular because this is while she was pregnant, and I think it's very fitting to go along with how the story progresses. It's her documenting her pregnancy stages.
I feel like I would look so sexy pregnant.
This video just disgusts me because I know what's coming in this story, and specifically with this pregnancy. One person commented under that video and said, "Wonder how you'll look with a green tracksuit." I'm not going to be using her name right now, frankly, because I don't want to give her any publicity using her name, but also due to Australian laws regarding privacy, especially when something's under investigation or someone has been charged. So just so you know why I'm not actually giving you her name. Her TikTok account has also been deleted, but as of a month or a little over a month ago, she was posting all of the time. She often posted about her babies, and particularly her youngest daughter, who struggled with a myriad of health conditions starting at around 6 months old. So she began posting videos about her daughter's health and updating her audience as the doctors continued to try and determine what was wrong. Her daughter had apparently been put into a coma at one point and apparently had been diagnosed with a certain disease that results in tumors growing on her daughter's brain. Here is just one example of the type of content she would post about her daughter's health. This baby is absolutely precious, but again, we're going to blur her face for the sake of the baby's privacy. The video says, "Watch brain tumors steal the life out of our baby." Struggling to even keep her eyes open. She's been sleeping 23-ish hours a day. She's not responding to anything. We just want our happy baby back. There are no words to describe the hatred that I feel for this type of person. No words. Someone said, "Dee Dee and Gypsy all over again. Glad it didn't take as long for help to save her." Which, before I get any further into this video, that baby is now okay. But here's another video of the mother talking about the health of her baby.
We were just told that our daughter's brain is covered in tumors. My baby girl, she's so little. And she is riddled with tumors. She has benign, which is an amazing part of the story, tumors all over her body. They said, don't be alarmed because she will have them in her heart, her kidneys, her lungs, her nerves, her spinal cord, her eyes. And I said, how many tumors does she have in her brain? And that's when they said there's too many to even count. Her head would just like drop and go completely floppy. And then she would come back and then it would drop again and her eyes would like roll back. I was diagnosed on Friday with epilepsy, Sunday with infantile spasms, and then Thursday with tuberous sclerosis complex.
And before she says this last part, experiencing and also knowing people with some of these illnesses, it is disgusting to fake something like this. And saying that her daughter has epilepsy and saying that her daughter has infant spasms and all these things, that her daughter was actually experiencing symptoms, but they were not caused by those things. Ugh. It sickens me even more to even for a second think that a mother would want that on her daughter. And knowing the pain, and this one hits home, guys, and no mother would wish that on their children. And she's obviously not saying that she is, but wait for it, because we're going to get there. Here's, though, how she ends this sad video as sharing the health updates of her daughter.
I need a hug. I need a hug.
I need a hug. I need a hug. On camera, she's crying, "I need a hug" to her audience. And also no tears. There are no tears from that woman. Honestly, at first, it looked like she was smiling, and then it sort of progressed into this, "I need a hug." You have a family? You're just setting up your stupid selfie camera in your kitchen talking about your daughter's ailments? Everything about this is the worst parts of influencer culture. The worst parts of human nature, frankly. So gross. One commenter said, "Looking at this now, I don't know how anyone believed her." It's easier to look back on all of the red flags once they are more evident. Her performance is horrible. Someone else said, "Not a tear in sight. I'd be uncontrollably sobbing. How did no one see through this?" It's tough because it's sort of that hindsight is always 2020.
Yeah.
but also people did see through this, hence why this story is where it is today, thanks to people who were actually seeing through things like this. Someone else said, I think it's a very worrying space when influencers share their children on these huge public platforms. At best, it can be taking advantage of their kids. They do not consent to being entertainment. At worst, it is a breeding ground for narcissistic parents who will do twisted things for likes, exposure, content, money. This is a very, very sad case. Truly. Another woman said, social media is so scary. Someone else said, how do the medical staff not know? Which is everyone's question. That was top of mind for me. I was so confused how all this could be happening if there was nothing wrong with the child. But actually, it was the medical staff that started to raise the alarm because many of the staff followed her on social media and started to notice that she was sharing outright lies about her daughter, like the fact that her daughter had brain tumors. Meanwhile, though, she apparently had also started a GoFundMe to raise money for the healthcare costs and the hospital stays, which she raised over $60,000 for before it was removed. I want to be clear that from the sounds of it, medical staff were starting to get concerned, some of them, while other medical staff were doing things to try to figure out what's wrong with the child. So it was sort of like rumors were spreading online among staff. Meanwhile, they were actively trying to treat a child that is severely, severely unwell. There were even 2 failed exploratory brain surgeries done by the doctors to try and understand what was so wrong with this child. There's pictures online of this child having stitches the entire way around her head, and the mom is holding her smiling. Like, when you look at it through that lens of if she is the one causing these surgeries to happen, posing with her little prop, like, oh, it's so disgusting. Eventually, though, as suspicions really started to raise and these rumors started going, they decided to run a toxicology test. And apparently that test came back positive for medicines that the child should not have ever had in her system. Here's what the Post said about this investigation. It will be further alleged the woman, disregarding medical advice, went to lengths to obtain unauthorized medicines, including old medicines for a different person available in their home. While the child was being subject to immense distress and pain, it is alleged the woman filmed and posted videos of the child. It is alleged the content produced exploited the child and was used to entice monetary donations and online followers. When this investigation first got started and the rumors on TikTok first started to really circulate, she decided to comment on the accusation. Here is an apparent clip of that mother speaking.
It is so unfair, and it's getting addressed at the moment with the proper counsel. I can't speak too much. I will get my lawyer to contact you, Bailey. I do really appreciate the call, but
she says she's now sought legal representation.
Did you harm your daughter?
No, I can't talk to you, Bailey. That's why I've talked to you. I've said this is a matter that cannot be spoken on.
Then why are you speaking? Like, she just still wants attention, even when she should probably not be talking. She can't help herself. One person said, the fact that she was supposedly on her deathbed with mom, yet regained consciousness and is now back to normal away from the mom tells us everything. Someone else said, this woman is pure evil. The sickest part of all of this is that she's probably focused on and enjoying all the attention she's gaining from this. She belongs only in prison or hell. Now, by all reports, that precious baby is perfectly healthy once again, and all the other children are in good care. Their father, however, who was featured in many of this family channel's videos, has also publicly come out and denounced the alleged actions of his wife, claiming that he had no idea. He posted a video about this, but he also allegedly made some comments on Snapchat, which is what I'm looking at right here. He said, I figured this would be the fastest way to reach everybody, as I know everyone likes to gossip. For what it's worth, I had no idea what I was doing today. I pushed for those surgeries because in my heart, I felt that it would help. I didn't realize that she was being drugged the entire time, causing her symptoms to be what they are. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm a good dad and I do my best to love and protect my children. I should have done better for them. I'm sorry I couldn't protect the way that I should have. The children have now been taken into custody under speculation I potentially have something to do with this. On everything I have ever known and ever loved, I had no idea what I was doing. You're an absolute monster. You win. To all 4 of my beautiful, beautiful children, I love you dearly. I'm so sorry. The investigation has been going on for a while now, and so I've been watching this story sort of in the background, but didn't want to talk about it until a formal charge was made. Because there are a lot of rumors online, and I thought maybe, just maybe, this was a rumor, this was a lie. But according to police, it's not. And then yesterday, this news dropped. BBC reported and said, Australian influencer charged with poisoning her baby. And according to the article, a 34-year-old social media influencer from Australia has been arrested.
Just take a seat for us.
So right now, you are under arrest for the administration of poison. Child.
Ugh.
You have the right to remain silent. You don't have
With her
to say anything.
Stanley cup and her matching pajamas. Diana just pointed out that it looks like she's applying moisturizer or something here. I thought she was crying, but you're right. It does sort of look like she's doing her skincare routine. I do think she's just probably trying to make herself look nice as she's crying and getting arrested, but who knows? Wouldn't put anything past this woman. One of the most striking things about this is that if the alleged things turn out to be true, this again proves how deceptive and manipulative social media can be. She painted a picture of being a perfect parent on her social media accounts, and yet she was allegedly harming her daughter for the sake of viral content. Thankfully, nurses are wicked smart and pieced together her odd behavior through the information that she was so willfully sharing online. Could she have Munchausen by proxy? Maybe. I've also heard the term fabricated illness mentioned as a possibility, but what's not being disputed or questioned is the fact that there was a child who was sick around a mother, and after that child was removed from said mother, the child fully became healthy again. There is something especially vile to witness a woman seek to inflict harm on her own child, while monetizing that harm and gaining millions of views through her child's very real pain. We know that people will go to great lengths to seek attention, but some narcissists will go to the edges of human understanding just to get likes from others. Social media, unfortunately, exposes the very worst in humans. It also gives a platform to some of the most vile mothers on the internet. These children will be taken care of by people who love them and protect them going forward. And as the old adage goes, don't believe everything you see on the internet. We as viewers and consumers of this type of content would be wise to keep ourselves suspicious of the perfect lives of strangers we come across online. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. Thanks so much for watching today's episode. If you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Thanks so much and have a great day.